All right, we're back for another episode of the shoutouts and the viewer mails, and we've got so much goofy-ass viewer mail this time. I don't know how we're going to go through it, but we're going to try. Okay, so first and foremost, I am humbled before you nerds. Thank you very much for all of the follows. We hit a couple of pretty big milestones over the last week. The Clips channel, which you're watching this on right now, has crossed over 100 subscribers, so yay. And the main channel is climbing ever so much closer to 500. We are now within 100. We crossed over that 400 subscribers threshold, so I'm super stoked about that. So again, thank you very much, nerds. As far as the other socials, I honestly don't know the tallies right now, but we're doing the thing, man. All right, so shout-outs. Let's get these shout-outs out of the way. Instagram, we have one new follower, and I'm gonna get better about the socials, and I apologize. But right now we're just doing this. Instagram, we have one new follower. It is cyberdragon_art. Thank you very much, nerd, for the follow. That very likely is because I've been posting a lot of my AI art renders. And honestly, you're going to start seeing a fair bit more of those because I created a living, breathing version of the logo, so that's going to start popping up a lot. And we're putting that kind of stuff, the AI stuff, onto t-shirts branded with the Generally Nerdy brand. So super excited about that. You can stay tuned to the store up on the website for any of that artwork. If you see something on the socials that you want me to print onto a shirt and send to you, let me know and I will do so. Otherwise, let's move right along with more shout-outs. We're going to move to the YouTube shout-outs. We have a whole bunch, like I said, a bunch. And again, because we do have a fair amount of new viewers, I'm going to reiterate, if I did not say your name, if I did not give you your shout-out, but you did subscribe within the last week, that means your settings are set to private, and I didn't see your name. I just saw the number go up. So I appreciate you, but I can't shout you out if I don't know who you are. So if you do want the shout out, I'd be more than happy to do it. Leave a comment, something along those lines on a video, and I will definitely give you a holla. Holla, holla, holla. Holla, 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 holla. All right, so YouTube, main channel, YouTube, we have Walter Hodges, Johnny Hicks, M. Hemingway, Mike Pruitt. This one's going to be an interesting one. Craig Alasco Moses, Eric Leo, Blaine Jones, AJ Mondello, I know you. James Wilson, Michael Sante, and Lane Landis. Thank you, nerds, all very much for the subscriptions. And then over on the second YouTube channel, the Nerd News Clips channel, we have Callie Cush. Thank you, Callie. Thank you, nerd, for the follow. All right, let's get into viewer mail, comments and things and stuff. So we have a whole bunch. We might be adding another video to the verboten list. We have a whole bunch of stuff from the Terry Farrell interview. For those that are unaware, I got to sit down with actress Terry Farrell at the final Starfest in Denver. She was pretty awesome to talk with. The interview went well. We're going to get into some of the behind the scenes for that interview right here in this episode. So we're just going to start at the top and then go all the way down. Daniel Williamson is our first comment we're going to be talking about. Williamson says, she was 29 when she first played Jadzia Jax, and she's now 59. Yes, this is going to be endemic of a lot of the comments. So I skipped over a few of them because a lot of people are just saying, man, she's purty. Yeah, she's purty. It's okay. We all know it. We can see it. We have eyes. You don't have to reiterate that. Maybe add something to the conversation on top of, man, she's purty. So yeah, she's 59. There you go. And then we have Raystorm RS. Raystorm says, those were the days when Star Trek actually was still about the betterment of humanity and not corporate interests and fake ideologies. When you watch new Star Trek stuff, you almost can imagine a conversation like, we're out of fuel, sir. No worries. There's a Shell space station in the next system. We can fuel up there. But we only have a BP membership card, sir. No. I mean, that's a little ridiculous. Yes, everything has become corporatized, and yes, Gene Roddenberry is probably rolling in his grave for a number of reasons. very much pertaining to what they have done with his brainchild. But I don't know necessarily that that's become corporatized in that respect. Yeah, you see the branding on a bunch of stuff, but that's kind of how Roddenberry did it as well, so I don't understand the argument you're making. If the argument you're making has to do with those ideologies that you're talking about, absolutely, there's definitely a proper argument to be made there. But it's not, there's not like product placement and stuff, so your little scenario doesn't really equate. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Next, we are talking about Alkali Rec. Alkali says, at 5 minutes and 8 seconds is what the current entertainment climate fails at. Modern ideologues lack the empathy and skill required to subtly approach a topic in a way that is congruent with an existing universe canon and serves as compelling entertainment. If people wanted blatant rhetoric, they'd just watch their choice of commercial news. There you go. That's a better version of the argument we were talking about in the last comment. Yes, it has become corporatized. Yes, it has become a vehicle for people to make grandstanding comments on current social issues in ways that feel kind of awkward and clunky in something that's supposed to be set so far into the future. So there, yes, agreed. I think you are on the right track with this argument. Next we have Steve B. Steve B says, I hope we get the original Deep Space Nine cast back for some kind of sequel. Would love it if Terry could be back in a Trill ceremony. She left the last season because her symbiote went to a different host, and so the symbiote was the character, not the host, and so I think it would be cool. I don't think it's ever going to happen. They'll probably do something like those Entertainment Weekly cast reunion special things that you can go look up for, like Buffy and Dawson's Creek and all that stuff. I think they might have done one for Smallville as well. Yeah, so that might happen, but we're not going to get a special episode of Deep Space Nine 20 years later. That's not a thing. All right, so our next one comes from Der Buckeye Tribe. I like that. That's funny. Der Buckeye says, great interview. Been a fan of Terry since back to school. Bittersweet seeing that age is catching up. Not mocking, my sisters are older than Terry and I am catching up. Terry has aged gracefully though, and she still seems young at heart. Lovely interview. Thank you very much, Der Buckeye. Again, a lot of people just talking about how she was honestly a lot of fun to talk to, even pre-interview. Like just kind of getting used to one another because they gave us a couple of minutes before we had to get the thing done. So just kind of, you know, feeling out who we are as humans was very interesting. She's very easy to talk to, and I'm probably going to say that at least one more time dealing with this. So yeah, there we go. We're moving right along. Here we go. This is the one with the behind the scenes thing. So Derek Threeks says, someone told me that she and Adam Nimoy, Leonard Nimoy's son, recently divorced. Dum, dum, dum! I have heard the same thing. She requested that I not, because I was going to bring up her marriage to Adam, and she requested that we not go down that line of questioning in that video. So I'm not going to say more, but I feel like you get what I'm laying down. All right. That is all of the specifics. Again, I know I skipped over a few of them. Some of them are highly inappropriate because pretty lady, you don't have to make a dirty joke. It just, you know, class it up a little bit, will ya? So our next video that we're moving over to is is a reaction video posted a little over a year ago. The Aaron Lewis, or a little under a year ago actually. Aaron Lewis, Am I the Only One? Reacting to that. Pam Minnick is the one who graced us with this comment, and Pam says, it's patriotic and it's about how things are changing. And it has gotten worse. Kids at drag shows giving out dollars like grown men would at a strip club. Signs saying it won't lick itself, and you call conservatives nut jobs. All right, so let me put my quote-unquote conservative nut job comment into a little bit of perspective, shall we? If you watch the video, I was saying, as somebody who looks at the group of people who identify as conservatives, somebody who looks at that group and says they're nut jobs, a lot of the things that Aaron Lewis says, a lot of his very outspoken moments, those are the reasons why people call conservatives nut jobs. I was not saying that. I said very specifically in that I agree oftentimes with the things that Aaron has to say. I disagree with how he goes about projecting that message. I disagree with his methodology very much. I disagree with a few of the things about his messaging as well. But by and large, he and I are on the same political side. I'm not necessarily ashamed to admit that. I think sometimes people go a little bombastic in order to get a reaction from folk, and that's not exactly my style. I'll get a reaction out of you in plenty of other ways. But I never once called conservatives nut jobs. It was hyperbole at worst. Yeah, so maybe go rewatch the video, and I mean, it's a short video. It's like 3 minutes long. So go rewatch the video and tell me again what I said. All right, so over on the Clips channel, we have a short video that's about my G Fuel. Because I bought the G Fuel, the Scorpion collector's edition G Fuel. I'm gonna buy the Raiden one too. I hope, if they're not sold out by the time I can actually have the funds. But yeah, I made it for a thing, and we do back behind the scene things for shorts from time to time. So go check out I mean, you're already on the Clips channel if you're watching this, but you might be watching it on Instagram. So go check out the YouTube Clips channel. Yeah, so he said, use a shaker cup and shake it well. Yeah, my shaker cup was dirty. Yeah, it is what it is. Next, we're moving to quick reaction to the new Mars Volta song, Vigil. I think, yeah, that's right. Over on, again, Clips channel. This comes from Logicone. Logicone says, when was this released? Very shortly before I did that video. I link to, I might not have actually in that one, because sometimes the time gets away from me and I don't have the time to do all the proper links. But yeah, Google is a thing, man. I don't know what to tell you. You can look that up, or you can go to the original video and see the timestamp of when it was posted. I don't know why you have to put that in a comment section, but okay. And then we're moving over again to a different video. This one is the music section from a few weeks ago. Ginger Lit Kitty's Avatar Medal. Juno is the person who made the comment. Juno says, Avatar recorded the new album around May. They're posting updates while doing so. Seems they've had plenty of time to write, and they'll be working on music videos and all that stuff once they're done with their shows opening for Iron Maiden in Brazil. It's confirmed now that it's releasing in early 2023, and the postponed UK tour that starts in February 18th will be on the new album cycle / staging / costumes. Good to know. That's awesome. I'm super happy that somebody knew all of the details. I'm pretty sure I put in the release date was going to be early 23, so that part wasn't news, but the rest of that absolutely was, because we're generally nerdy, right? Generally speaking, I can't get into the fine details for a lot of this stuff as much as I want to. I just don't have the time, because I'm one man. I don't have a crew behind me. So thank you very much, Juno, for the information. And then we're going to round out this episode with some really old stuff. This is, I believe, over a year old. Metropolis series, but not that Metropolis series. This is a Nerd News TV update. The TV streaming section for that week. Again, approximately a year ago, I want to say. I might be exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure that's the time frame. Donovan Delaney left me 2 comments on this episode. Donovan says, first, the series better have practical effects and no CGI. I'm assuming you're talking about the Metropolis series, of which the title of that video is, because I don't think there was much else in that video. So, yeah, totally agree. I think that if they're going to do it, they have to do it right, because that movie is so epic and has such a name draw that if you do it subpar, it's just not going to work. And then his other quote, I must have talked about Power Rangers. I'm pretty sure the suggestion for that episode was the Power/Ranger unauthorized Ari Aster, I think that's who it was, the bootleg universe Power Rangers. And he said, Bulk, Skull, you sold us out. Yes, you get it. You watched the thing. I love it. That is such a cool little short 15-minute video. It's great. If you even kind of watched the Power Rangers forever ago, you should go see if you can find the bootleg Power Rangers, because it's great. It's awesome. And that is our shout outs and viewer mail. Thank you very much, nerds. If you want to interact, this is the way to do it. It is going to be a couple weeks before we get back to the live shows. Live shows generally happen on Fridays. We do a stream, we talk about the news, and we, play some video games like, proper nerds. So if you want to join in real time, that is the way to do that. But otherwise, your only other option is to leave comments and we can talk about it in this manner as well. So thank you very much, nerds, again, for all the subscriptions, all of the comments, and all of the interaction. I appreciate all of you nerds very, very much. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.